All right, so some people are idiots, and they were against this episode. Now, I want to be clear. Jeremy, multiple times, much like Andor, will say that he thought this episode was good, but yet will make three videos bitching about it. So here's clip number 1. Excuse me. Jeremy Griggs, Geeks and Gamers. I burped away from the mic, did I not?
That's it. We can't be together anymore.
Let's get that weird popcorn taste.
What the hell?
You crash your car.
What the hell? What the hell?
So the first clip is on Monday after the first episode.
I wanted to make something like on Monday after I watched it Monday morning and just go off.
Look, man,
and be like, if you're gonna put a video out today bitching about this episode, go fuck yourself.
Well, that's the thing.
You're an asshole.
I've been trying to
stop watching.
I've been trying to do weekly episodes. I've just been getting behind because everything's crazy in my life. But anyway, this first video is called "The Last of Us," Episode 3. Everything is gay. So great title. So
and it's not to say that Jeremy and Ryan don't have the wherewithal or the willpower to just masturbate. Like, hey, you know what? I don't really want to do this, so let's have like a masturbation time where we go away from each other.
Staring at each other?
No, they go away from each other, and they don't disturb each other, so they can get their nuts off.
Absolute peace and quiet.
No, but there's plenty of houses. Like I'm gonna go to that house.
See the headline. We're gonna say, "Oh, Jeremy's just intimidated by gay characters." Yada yada yada. It's so stupid because these people don't have a working brain because they think that everything is something to be fake offended over. Every single thing that somebody has, every opinion, whatever. But now you see the mainstream using this episode. And now this is a victory for all gamers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Bill and Frank being hinted at, or Bill being hinted at as being a gay character in the original Last of Us, that didn't save lives. But this episode, this is the most important episode in the history of humanity, ladies and gentlemen. You see NBC News right here. HBO's The Last of Us adaptation is a milestone for LGBTQ gamers. Where's this story of The Last of Us? And you have this random thing that was hinted at in the original Last of Us, a relationship between a man and a woman. Would you have gotten a full episode out of that? No, because it doesn't complement the story at all. That's why so many people are frustrated.
No,
with
it's
all
because
of
they're
because
homophobic.
Neil Cuckman continuing to push his bullshit agenda. Now, it gets better for The Last of Us.
Yeah, this guy was going to get better if you just stop watching the show, man.
Yeah, what was he talking about, a man and a woman?
He's trying to say that if there was a man and a woman relationship, like that was portrayed in this, that was Bill and Frank's story, but as a traditionally straight relationship.
Sure.
Would he get a whole episode like Bill and Frank did because they're a gay couple? That's pretty much what he's saying.
Been there.
We've seen that story before.
Yeah, I kind of hate to say it, but
how many times?
Been there, done that.
People
also, let's look at it this way too. If you change it so that it's a man and a woman on either side of the argument, and we're talking either it's a woman in the hole or a man in the hole. And vice versa.
In a traditional, straight relationship.
Either way, it causes a little bit of cringiness no matter what when they end up getting together because in our society, we don't live in a post-apocalyptic society, but in our society, there's a lot of underbelly. And there are a lot of people who are willing to do things that they wouldn't normally do to get ahead. And there are a lot of people who are willing to let that happen.
You could, I see what you're trying to get at, like it's a Stockholm thing, right? It's more of like a...
Right.
One of them is captured and they're doing this so
or an example of a woman working in a company where she feels like she cannot advance unless she gives in to whatever. So my thing is that this is why it wasn't a traditional love story, a man and a woman, because it would have created so many issues that it would have taken almost 2 episodes to get through it all.
Well, and
this is heartfelt. It's easy to understand right off the bat. There's no... I hate to say it, but because it's 2 men, the possibility for sexual violence is down. I guess I don't know what I'm saying. Am I? Does that make sense?
You don't need to defend it at all.
No, I'm saying like that's why it wouldn't have
I understand
worked
where you're coming
or wouldn't
from.
have been as compelling with a man-woman.
I understand what you're trying to do.
Okay.
But you don't need to because this guy's a fucking moron.
Well, I know that.
And he does it later in our third clip. He makes a third video because the director of this episode is gay and admitted it. And admitted that, it was a way to trick the audience to show that...
He admitted that he was gay?
No, he admitted that he admitted that he tricked the audience. He admitted that he made when they were making this adaptation, they talked about this episode, he admitted he wanted to trick the audience into watching this to show that it's just like a straight relationship. We'll talk to that in the next clip.
Hang on. That doesn't really make any sense that he's tricking. I mean, he's making an episode of a TV show with the full support of like the crew and everything. He's not
clearly this episode shows that people still can't handle this shit.
Well, no, I know. I mean, I mean,
don't be nitpicky.
I'm reading too much into it.
Yes, come on. Here's clip number 2. So do you want to guess what the title of clip number 2? So this is
everything is super gay.
Wednesday or Thursday
because the first one is everything is gay.
By the way, Jeremy Griggs is a real piece of shit.
No.
So
come on.
This video, Last of Us director admits to tricking audience into watching gay love story.
See, just the tricking. What are you talking about?
I don't see why you're being nitpicky about the word.
I'm just being semantic about the word tricked.
I understand why you're saying that because that verbiage gives leeway for this dipshit to make a video about.
Also, it's clickbait.
Yeah, a little bit. But like
either way, it's stupid.
So this clip again, all this director was
what's
doing.
It called?
All this director was. Last of Us director admits to tricking audience into watching a gay love story.
That's the title?
Yeah.
Where's the snappy title, asshole?
But admits is in all caps, so you know it's real. It's real legit. It's like serious shit. But yeah, all the guy was saying was like, I wanted to show that a gay love story is the same as a straight love story. It's all the same. Love is a universal thing. It doesn't, apply to one sexuality. It doesn't apply to one group of people or one couple or whatever. So
listen,
Jeremy,
just because I didn't pop a boner during this episode doesn't mean that it's wrong, guys.
Jeremy's taking a victory lap, Tyler.
It seems like a lot of homophobes seem like that. Well, I didn't get sexually aroused, so it's wrong.
I'm just saying it takes away from the story and it doesn't have anything to. It's bad writing. Again, I pointed out the themes. What are the themes of The Last of Us? It is caring for someone else and caring about something more important than yourself in a world that is shit. It's giving you hope. It's giving you a purpose. That is what the show has been about, and that is what that episode was. He literally says at the end of the episode, "You were my purpose."
Yeah.
Last of Us director Peter Hoare said he wanted to trick his audience into watching a gay love story in an episode of HBO Max's new apocalyptic drama.
He's reading an article from the Daily Wire,
who is gay and is known for his work on the British LGBTQ plus. Sorry to put the plus in there. LGBT
so funny.
Plus, I can't
He's
keep
fucking
up
funny.
With it
this
anymore.
guy.
Miniseries, It's a Sin, said that he wanted the viewers to
gay
see
people,
that it was the same love as straight people, but just between two guys. Notice that this has nothing to do with actually trying to tell the story that complements the overall story. No, it's about this centrally focused agenda that this director is wanting to put into it.
It's a story about love.
I don't know about you, but this is only the third episode, and already I know so much more about this world around the two main characters. And not only that, but it's a way to bring you into that world, and almost in a nice way. The first two episodes are very abrupt, very, hey, here the fuck we are.
Rattles your cage.
And obviously the third one,
slows
there's some stuff at the beginning in the third one, whatever, but mostly it's just that love story, and it's like, well, yeah, it immersed me more into the world than I ever thought I could be. And knowing that those two people existed in that world, even though they're gone, I want to be in this world more.
I know why you experienced that, because episode's 3 story is the most universal story. Yeah. Because Joel and Ellie, they haven't gotten there yet, but by the end of it, it's going to be a father-daughter, like an adoptive daughter, father-daughter love. And we're not seeing that, so you don't, like, somebody that doesn't have kids doesn't necessarily have that feel that perspective. They can empathize with it and everything, but you have been in a relationship where you've been in love with someone and you shared your life with someone. So you know how that feels. So you know in that moment of pure joy, like that little giggle he lets out when he eats the strawberry. Like you've had moments where you've giggled with someone you love like that. You know what I mean? And
the acting by Nick Offerman
and then the joke about not
Murray
fucking
Bartlett.
Not fucking on the strawberries. That was funny.
Yeah.
Not on the strawberries.
Both of them were just spot on, man. Like they exhibited such a depth of character, and like, I mean, they were real people. We got to know them for what, like 50 minutes, maybe 55 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, that's it. And like, by the end of it, I was devastated that I wasn't going to see them again.
Yeah. And when they come in the house and there's like flies on the food and stuff.
Of a good story, and the mark of good writing and good acting and good filmmaking. And
the pan up shot on the fucking window with the music in the background is so good. So good.
Hey,
so
but
good.
let's
one
make
one last clip.
One second. That was not the bedroom from where they were at. Was that what you were thinking?
No,
and here's how I know this.
I know it's a different window, but
because he was on the first floor knocking on the door to their room, and that room at the end of the episode was clearly from the second floor. So I was thinking that they were going to pull back and show them embracing like dead and like desiccated and shit. But they did.
That would have been really sad.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been necessary. But the point is I mean, that's how you flesh out characters. Truly, you flesh them out and make them characters that you care about. And I guess they just don't. I guess these assholes of RK Outpost just don't want characters that they care about, or they're incapable of caring about homosexual characters.
Well, it's funny because they go from hating on it before it comes out because they're pissed they race swapped Sarah.
Who's Sarah?
Sarah was Joel's daughter in the beginning that dies, gets shot. She was white in the game. So they bitch about that.
Why?
Because they hate race swapping. They hate race swapping in any kind, Tyler.
For like 5 minutes.
Any kind.
I don't know.
But they made videos. They do it. They do this every time. So they made videos hating on it, and then people like it, and then they happen to like it, so then they like it, and then they wait for episode 3 to happen, and then they start hating again. Even though he says I like the episode, he makes 3 videos talking negatively.
They didn't
about
give
it.
a shit when Electro was played by a black man.
Here's the 3rd video.
Did they? So I guess they don't hate.
I don't think they were online. I don't think they were on YouTube yet. To be honest.
Thank God. Why did you let them on YouTube? You fucking dickheads.
Get it together, Google.
Fucking dickheads.
So the 3rd video he made was about the failure of. I keep burping, man. I don't know what's wrong.
What the fuck?
I think I'm losing my mind.
Gassy.
Gassy is her. Gassy love. So anyway, the last video he made was talking about review bombing because there's been a lot of people that giving it 1-star reviews and saying stupid shit like homophobic shit. So review bombing. HBO's Last of Us episode 3 damage control, all caps, begins. So. Here we go.
Oh, I can't fucking wait.
This is a bit of a longer clip, but I want to use this as a point because this is why you can't trust these guys for any criticism of any kind because he contradicts himself in this like nearly 2-minute clip. I apologize it's long, but I wanted to prove a point. So he's talking about the review bombing, and here we go.
The Last of Us Episode 3 is suffering from review bombing despite having achieved widespread acclaim for depicting Frank and Bill's love story. I will say, I do think that it does have widespread acclaim. There's no doubt about that. I talked about it in my previous video that it seems like I might be on the unpopular side of this, which is totally fine. It's not the first time I've had the unpopular opinion, and it won't be the last time.
For sure.
Did you just admit that all of your opinions suck
I don't
fucking
have to play
dick?
A fake victim when that
I think that's what he just did.
I understand a lot of people like this episode, and like I said it's a well-made episode. I said it's a good episode, and I saw a lot of people that generally would agree with what I have to say on my YouTube channel. Say, hey, I disagree with everything you said, Jeremy, yada, yada, yada. And I'm totally fine with that. But that still doesn't mean that you're not going to upset people in general.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't mean that it's review bombing. It means that People didn't like it, and they're expressing their opinions.
You just talked about how many people liked it.
Bombing. We've seen
there's no such thing as positive review bombing, you fucking idiot.
But you don't want to sit
reality?
there and weaponize positive review bombing. No, do you want to talk about that?
How can you weaponize positivity?
Weaponizing
what the
negative
fuck
review bombing.
is wrong with you? Were you raised in
around it? And we see the media doing that all the time.
Hold on.
So it says, despite widespread acclaim for its love story between Frank and Bill, The Last of Us Episode 3 is suffering from a review bombing campaign. HBO's Last of Us is a true-to-form adaptation. Oh, now it's okay to point out true-to-form adaptations? Wow, I thought that was toxic. I thought only toxic fans wanted true-to-form adaptations. But, of course, this isn't a true-to-form adaptation because you changed a lot for Episode 3.
Yeah, cut him off.
Where did he
No, but my point is why did I play that long one? Because at the beginning,
he just kind of went from
because of the beginning he says people think I have bad opinions. I have bad opinions. I'm a little bitch about it, and then proceeds to whine when it's like, oh, it's okay to complain when you want things to be true to an adaptation now. Dude, I thought that was toxic, bro. You just played victim. You talk about so much about how you don't.
I think he
victim.
literally said at one point and admitted that his opinions are fucking bullshit.
Sorry. That was the government.
No, I want to fucking.
you imagine
I want to fucking watch that commercial for Tide.
Could you imagine if that was like a swatting? Like if the SWAT team came into that music. Oh, it's the SWAT.
What?
The cops. Anyway, that's enough of that. Yeah, let's talk about some fun shit.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.